Essex TV.
Little ones, you see what the deer do? See over there?
What they do?
They knock them over. There's two here, and
What are we talking about?
Ceps, the best.
So, is this a cep over
Yeah,
here?
careful, because there's two here, and there's one here. They're normally a lot bigger than that. I might even leave those for my mushroom walk tomorrow.
Okay.
But there's one, you see the deer knock them over, look. So you've got a very good idea of a cep there.
Yeah.
Now they are the best edible mushrooms. Porcini is the only one that the Italians even bother going for. But that's just my first effort.
And why are we worried about knocking them? Because they're so rare.
If the deer had knocked that over, it might have grown a bit more. Why am I worried about knocking them over? No, they're not rare. It's just that I'd like to pick as many as possible tomorrow. Look, there's another one, you see. But it's very small. So you wouldn't pick that. It's hardly worthy of a photograph. I think there's one over there that's been knocked over. This gives you an idea. They're not. You'd think they were everywhere and very common, but this is. It's very unusual to find this many. I mean, we found God knows how many in, and there's another one there. Do you see?
Yeah.
But I've covered it. What I normally do is cover it over and mark it with a stick. They can be up to very nearly a kilo in weight, certainly 900 grams. Look, there's another one. They're quite easy to spot after rain, because do you see how that's shining?
Where? Which one?
There.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see how it glistens?
Yeah.
I found a lot behind you yesterday as well. I mean, we can pick it. I'll illustrate Francois' method of picking, which is that you release the thing from the mycelium, which is the mushroom plant. He leaves the dirt on because they keep fresher for longer if you leave the dirt on.
Yeah.
And when he sells them, he gets paid for the dirt then, because he's made over 9,000 euros in France picking and selling ceps this year. But the most important thing he says is, if I can remember where it is to fill in the hole. Because when you've taken the mushroom out, you've exposed the mycelium, which is the mushroom plant, to the elements, the rain, the cold, the animals, whatever else. And the slugs really like these mushrooms. So the most important thing for Francois, who hopes to come back in 2 or 3 days' time and find more mushrooms, is to fill in the hole to protect the mushroom plant, which is the mycelium, the filament-like structure that grows underground, attaching itself to the root structure of all these trees which are around us. And therefore, over here, let me show you something different. So I've never ever found so many of these before. You see these blue ones?
Oh yeah.
They're called the aniseed toadstool. They've got an aniseedy smell and taste. And so the books recommend that you should eat these if you like the flavour of aniseed.
What are they called again?
The aniseed toadstool. You should try smelling one. They're a little bit gooey, but...
And
they're not poisonous, but they're edible if you like the flavour of aniseed.
Yeah.
See, there's some nice ones behind you. But also notice how you can spot mushrooms a little bit easier after rain, because they're shining in the early morning light. Not I've never ever seen them grow in troops. You normally just get one or two. So that's pretty incredible. Right, so ceps were here yesterday. But also notice that colour against the colour of the leaves.
Yeah.
Very difficult to pick up when the light's good, and the light's not good now. So hence why I said be careful where you put your feet. So sometimes they've been growing in here, and sometimes in here.
What's that fungi on the silver birch there?
Right, that is called the birch bracket, and it is possible to mistake it for a cep occasionally, just the colour, but obviously
Not edible though.
no. There's two other interesting mushrooms here. Three.
Where?
There's the baby puffball here, which has completely gone.
Can you do that again?
Yeah. Try to do it with my hand. So that's a baby puffball that's puffing, and there's some over here. And this is gone. This is still white inside, but it's gone because you need them to cut like butter or really snap off, and this came away reluctantly. So a week or so ago, 10 days ago, they were all snapping, and they're very, very good to eat. Probably 8 out of 10 on my gastronomic scale. There's another one there, which is puffing. I'm making thousands more puffballs. There's a little
What's this thing here?
Well, that one is a member of the Amanita family, which have got the dots on top, like the fly agaric. That is a blusher, which is supposedly edible if you boil it up and throw the water away. I've never really bothered. And here is our first, and we'll see millions, Amethyst deceiver. And I've got a French mushroom book which rates this as one of the best edible mushrooms. I wouldn't go that far, but I'd give it 6 out of 10. It's all right. I've got it marinated at home with olive. I boil it up for 3 minutes and put it in a jar with balsamic vinegar and oil and garlic, and it's quite nice like that. But I wouldn't say it's a huge mushroom.
And this one's been eaten by an animal, isn't it?
It probably has, either that or slugs did get them as well. I'm not really sure. Slugs do go for them. So
Can you eat puffballs?
Yeah, I just said the baby puffball is very good. I was picking them and putting them in this, and the smell that was coming off was incredible. Now I left a cep over there yesterday, I think. Just like picking there.
The only thing about this road is not good for the sound.
No, well, we're not going to spend all our lives here. Just thought we'd have a little look. Look, there's one there. I suppose in terms of hours, it's not that long since I was here.
Yeah.
Well, it's yesterday morning actually, but there's one there which we'll leave. So we'll go away from the road. Just see what's around. I found them all round here yesterday, even down there. Fly agaric should be over here.
So is this your favourite time of year?
Oh, it's amazing, but you can't say that the beginning of October, the middle of October is going to be good. It's just the climatic conditions that we've got at the moment, which are incredible.
And that's wet and warm.
Yeah, one year we had these conditions in November. That was 2011. Look at
What's
the
that?
honey fungus. That's a birch bracket. I can see a cep. It's been knocked over. Bloody dear.
Can you eat this one, the birch bracket?
No. It's supposed to have some medicinal properties. What's that growing there? Oh, that's another birch bracket. Like I say, the colour is similar to a cep, so you can be fooled. This over here is a cep. Been knocked over.
Where?
That there.
Oh, yeah.
Considering they can grow up to a kilo.
And this is more birch bracket here.
Yeah, that's another birch bracket. There's a set here. So I think we'll do quite well tomorrow. Very small. There were some along there. But whether I can bring them here tomorrow and on Sunday, I don't know. Possibly. There were fly agarics here.
Because they like birch, don't they?
A mixture of birch and oak, and particularly in this part, copper beech. So we'll get away from the road. Just really for my own purposes. I think, is that a cep? No. Fooled myself, there was a cep here yesterday. So we'll just go and have a quick look at the tree over there. Oh, no, we'll do my usual walk. We'll go up through the woods here. Living with it this way. That's the Plaxillus. That's the one I saw through the fence.
Where?
Just there and there. That's poisonous, possibly deadly, but they eat it in Poland.
This one?
Yeah. Roll rim or Paxillus involutus. If you photograph, you'll run out of film if you photograph every single one you see.
I know.
These are buttercaps, which are very common late in the autumn. I'll show you some princes over here. We're going to go up through the woods up to there, and then we'll cross over and look at a couple of
So did you say
big
this is your
trees.
favourite time of year or spring? No, what do you...
Well, this is very good, but it's not normally this good. This is incredible. Right, there's the princes over there. I mean, I was going to pick these, but I found so many sets, I just didn't bother. So here are honey fungus.
What are they called?
These are honey fungus growing on the birch.
Okay.
They're everywhere, and I can see hundreds over there. And these are called princes. These are a member of the agaricus family. Do you see that they're just like an ordinary mushroom? And they're very good to eat, but they're nowhere near as good as the cep.
Yeah.
So if you've got to fill the basket with ceps,
Yeah.
you don't bother picking those.
Yeah.
But they are very nice. And look how many, I've never seen that many. And over there, going off over there.
Yeah.
Honey fungus, when very young, are very nice to preserve, as you'll see in my kitchen. If you want an example of how many honey fungus there are, just look over there. Even growing up into the tree there.
Oh
there's
yeah,
something.
God. Wow. It's just everywhere.
They are well past it now. These are about right. If you get a honey fungus like that,
Yeah.
then you can preserve them. But yeah, you even got them growing up in the tree. And obviously it doesn't do the tree a lot of good. This tree is now dead. Some growing in the tree there, over there. And more princes over there. Wow.
Where?
More princes over there. I've never seen them growing here before.
It's the most mushrooms you've ever seen
Oh, yeah,
in 20 years.
Yeah,
40
years, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've filled the basket with ceps before, but a one-off thing. This week I've been filling the basket every day. The Italians call them chiudini.
Houdini.
And so you just boil them up for 3 minutes, put them in a jar with a bit of garlic and cover with oil, and they'll keep till Christmas. Some even bigger patches over there, but we'll go away from the road.
good fun, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Eh?
It's amazing because you're spotting something new all the time. You know, I even found my first ever cauliflower mushroom in Brentwood.
There's more fly agaric over there, look.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's quite a nice one.
Which one?
That one there, but we'll find better ones than that. Obviously, it's been nibbled. Where you find fly agaric, you know you've got a fairly good chance of finding ceps, and there are ceps everywhere. I've been finding ceps in places I've never found them before.
Yeah.
For instance, that tree over there, I've never looked under that tree before, and I found some superb 200 to 300 gram ones last week, or two days ago. We'll find better, well, there will be better ones than that.
Okay.
I shall be, when I get back to the kitchen at 11 o'clock, I shall be in a highly creative mood trying to things.
Can you freeze any of these?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that's the other thing, is I've got ceps. I've had to put another freezer on because of all the ceps I've been finding. You see the honey fungus there?
Yeah, let's go and have a look.
In the fields have just been flooded with parasols. Like that one. They're still coming.
What's that one there?
That's a parasol. There's hundreds in the fields. And of course, as I said to you in the car about all the people who are going to ask me questions about the mushrooms, I don't know every single mushroom. So there's ones growing there, there's ones growing there. I only know a fair amount about the ones that are good to eat. 10% of all mushrooms are good to eat.
10%?
Yeah, and I know a fair bit about the ones that will do you some harm, and only 10% will do you some harm, which might mean making you feel queasy. It might mean killing you.
Might, yeah.
So I found ceps over here very occasionally, but there are places which are waking up. So there are places where there's been lots of ceps and slightly less now, and there are other places which are just beginning to come.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'm sure, and given all the questions that people will ask me, I'm sure I can do a 2-hour session here tomorrow and a 2-hour session here on Sunday. I did find a cep here yesterday. They're fairly easy to spot. So that's not a cep. It's slightly unusual, isn't it? Don't know what that is. No, I don't. It's slightly unusual. See, the cep and the members of the Boletus family, some of the other ones I do collect, have got sponge. So this is a Boletus, a mushroom with sponge, not with gills. So this mushroom, although it's probably might be a clouded agaric, you just about can see, even with my eyesight, that it's got gills. And the spores or the seeds of the mushroom come out of these. So the mushroom spreads by the structure under the ground, a bit like a blackberry bush spreads in that way. But also the blackberry bush has blackberries, which are the seeds, which can be spread by birds and just by dropping in the right sort of place. And in the same way, the mushroom has seeds which come out of the gills or the sponge called spores, and it's got its plant, the mycelium, which grows underground and spreads underground. And in those two ways, the mushroom proliferates.
Yeah.
So it's quite difficult in this light to see
Yeah. You need sunshine.
Yeah, and I think also it'll probably be, there's something over there. It'll probably be true that there'll be more found when there's more people.
Yeah.
Just hope people don't kick them over.
It's a bit colder today, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it is because it's early morning.
Okay.
I think, yeah, they like it 60, they like about 16 degrees. So there's another, you could easily be fooled by that. There's another roll rim, Paxillus involutus, the one that's poisonous, possibly deadly. They eat it in Poland. So we're going towards a copper beech tree, and I want you to be very careful there where you put your feet. There's a lot of little ones growing, even more than down there. I mean, you can see why I park my car there when I take people on forages, because you find something straight away, and that's always very encouraging. Puffball that's been knocked over, lots and lots of parasols here. But then there's parasols everywhere, and it's quite interesting where they've cut all the ferns and the brambles here. You would think would be a barren area for mushrooms, but the spores which may have been laid a long time ago have suddenly now come to life, and so I've been finding one or two interesting things even in the areas where they cut.